Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Daniel.
He's Daniel. I'm Rex, and this
is a gift from trash titan William Schappert.
Daniel in the distance.
Oh, Jesus.
Can you so trashy.
Okay, so this is Four Spirits Bourbon Whiskey MGP.
Oh, I was about to say.
Yeah.
This, you kind of get to a certain point whenever you see branding and labeling and different things that go on a bottle. Mm-hmm. There's certain kinds of projects
that you're like, this is definitely sourced.
Yeah, because whenever somebody like goes to the trouble of making it from beginning to end, there's certain types of things, like themes, right? You don't see a lot of themes. This is like military theme.
Right.
You don't see like, race car theme, sports theme. That's always going to be source stuff.
Right.
But, we love the MGP.
And, well, this is a bourbon, and I don't know which mash bill he chose for them because he didn't talk about it.
Did they take it to 40?
But they took it to 40.
Okay.
And it's 2 years old.
Yeah.
And he brought it to Corvallis, Oregon.
Okay.
Now, he started it because in honor of 4 friends of his who died
right on.
in war. And they donate a percentage of all proceeds, no matter where it's sold, to local veterans programs.
Okay.
So,
on the nose, do you think...
Whoa. Hold on. Eucalyptus and Pier 1.
Pier 1?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
A little bit like a wicker. Actually.
Yeah, that's new on an MGP.
Do you think, because at this point we've had every MGP from most of the different angles. Finishing and
especially
aging.
if you include the dusty corner, those guys.
Do you think MGP as a mash bill, as a spirit, was designed to work well at relatively low proofs? Because I put my nose in here and you said 40%, but there's a lot happening at 40%.
I don't know that it was designed that way, but I think they make really good whiskey, and the compounds that are in the body in that bourbon handles proofing down pretty well.
So you jump to eucalyptus and a wicker note.
Yeah.
I agree, but let's not, let's not just blow past the obvious oak and the honey.
Yeah, and mochi. Green tea mochi.
Oh, like the frozen thing with the weird skin on it?
Green tea mochi.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like that dusty, weird wiener skin on it. It's what it is. It's got wiener skin on some ice cream.
I've never heard of that, but that is 100% accurate. It even gives like that.
It's like wiener.
Oh, that's disturbing.
You just bite into the wiener ball.
Oh God. Yeah. My boys, we have in my neighborhood, I feel like I've told this before, there's this walk that we do where it's down and then you cut over, and there's this one corner where instead of just a 90-degree turn, it does this like jog out as like a cul-de-sac where there's like 3 houses, but it's still a 90-degree turn.
Yeah.
And I always refer to that as the weenus of the neighborhood. So when the boys are like, can we ride our bikes? I'm like, yeah, but don't go past the weenus. And both of them, every single time, like, oh, Dad. Oh.
Such a dad.
Yeah.
And then go back in there. There's some plantiness. A little bit of like green plants, chlorophyll type of deal.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Actually reminds me of the plant, like a flower shop, where you've got like those green things they stick flowers into and the chemicals to keep flowers alive longer. And
this is interesting because I am recognizing the MGP oak and the honey, but a lot of the stuff that's kind of like on the fringe of the fringes of that
Never
that we're
seen
describing. Yeah, that's
not in ours.
That's new.
Weird. Okay, quick before we go into the comments, because I want to end with the comments.
Hold on a second. We've been talking about the nose so far.
Palate,
Wow, that lost so much on the palate.
flat, watery, bland. Nose.
It wasn't until I sipped this that I realized that's
40.
where the 40% is.
Absolutely.
That is damn near watery.
Absolutely.
But
Especially compared to the one we
what it
did
is?
yesterday.
It's like whenever you put a stiff bourbon on the rocks
Yep.
and you wait a little bit too long, you get the recognizable
Kinda
bourbon
flat.
notes, but it becomes, pretty diluted, watered down, flat.
We'll end with comments, but just a reference. Remember, and we're going to link to the timestamp of this video in the description below. After October 1st, any whiskeys that arrive on this campus will not be reviewed on the channel because we are so far behind on reviewing sent-in things that it's over a year before whatever arrives now gets on this channel, and that's not cool.
That's not cool. It's like to have people be that generous and have to wait that long. Just came to the conclusion. It's like, hey, let's just not take any more whiskeys. If you want like a full 5-minute explanation of the context and all that, I'm going to put, Dan is going to put in the link below a time-coded link, so you can jump right to in a previous video we're explaining why we're no longer taking donations after.
And if something
October 1st.
arrives, then I'll email you if I can find you or snail mail you.
Yeah.
Ask you what you want to do with the whiskey.
I'm pretty out of room too.
Yeah, no, I don't even know where I'm going to put those bottles in here.
Yeah. So, I wish this was not at 40%.
Yes.
It was a nice little fun romp through the nose, though. Finding some interesting things on.
Pretty unique for the nose.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it was giving us those layers, but on the taste, so simple, so watered down. But man, if you want something that's just going to be very simple and bourbony and easy drinking, that could be for you. Plethora. Question for you guys. Tonight I had a family gathering and I bought a bottle of Dalmore with intent to share. My grandfather, cousin, and myself all had our glasses, and my uncle was just getting his. My aunt stops him and says, I don't think that's meant for doing a shot. He was a bit surprised, and I said he could if he wanted to, and he downed it.
And he did.
Yeah. Well, the right way to drink whiskey is how you like to drink it. How does one politely say, this really isn't supposed to be a shot?
There's not a way.
So
I discovered.
You know what I would do?
What?
I would say, so you drink it however you want, but to really appreciate the flavors, to get just the maximum understanding of what's going on in there, here's how you do it. And then you just do some really basic nose and sip. And if you take more than 15 seconds, their eyes are going to glaze over and they're going to hate your guts. But just say, if you really want to get the most out of this whiskey, it's going to do some interesting things that are going to blow past you in a shot.
Yeah, I've tried that. And I still think, that's really the only way if you're going to try it all.
Yeah.
I would just say bring the whiskey accordingly and don't bother. And in my experience, and those people, my family members that are like that, and when I've done that, I can see them doing this.
This get very self-conscious. Very self-conscious.
Yeah. And then I feel bad, like I'm putting them through something, and they're genuinely trying because they care. But it's awkward. And it's
within this context, the grandmother, the aunt,
the aunt Simon said, "Hey."
So the aunt opened the door. Right.
I think he did the exact right thing.
Yeah.
Which was like, you do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Now, you could have finished that sentence with what you said.
Yeah.
You do what you want to do, but there are some interesting things that will happen if you'll give the whiskey time to get there.
Well, even post-shot. Just let him drink every once. But
smell the empty glass.
Look, you're not going to stop at a shot. Right? You're going to get at least 2 or 3 more.
Yeah, now this time, take your time.
Yeah. I love watching you guys. It's just a matter of time before Hollywood snatches you up and changes everything.
Can you
that
imagine?
will never happen.
No.
There's not enough money in the fucking world. I've actually been approached multiple times to do like TV shows and stuff.
But man, the handcuffs.
No.
The handcuffs are real.
And the scheduling thing and all of these opinions, and then it has to be like advertiser friendly, and it sucks, man. Look, to be on YouTube as a creative professional right now is the best possible scenario. Even with all the handcuffs that YouTube is throwing at creators now, you can't say this and you can't do that. It's still infinitely better than any other situation you would be if you had other people's money and producers and people telling you what to wear and what to say and how to say it. But thank you. Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, fight for a friend.
You steal, may you steal your lover's heart.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.